Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test yet again. How about now? Are we good, chat? How's my microphone now? Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the stream, and welcome to the inaugural week of Radical SR10 racing action here at Apex One. Cool. I just wanted to make sure I could hear my voice through the live broadcast we have here at our Sim Center at Westfield, New Jersey. So if this is your guys' first time here, I just want to say welcome to our stream. Every couple months or so, we tend to run usually it's run two, but this time we're trying out just one league with the Radical SR10, a single-seater, high downforce car. Really good for newer entry-level sim racers to get a handle of. You can usually pick something like a GR86 or an MX5, but if you want something that's a little faster while still being easy to control, the SR10 is a great option. So we thought it'd be fun to have a little 5-week league here. So the way the league format is laid out right now is we have our qualifying session, which is 20 minutes long. The goal in your qualifying session is to set the fastest lap that you can. Outside of that, after qualifying is done, we'll have about a 90-second break in between then and the first race. And we'll have two races. So the first race is going to be 25 minutes long in the regular qualifying order. Once the first race is done, we're going to have a second race right after, and it's going to be going in reverse grid order. So if you got first place in the first race, you're going to be starting all the way in the back in the second race. So it should make for some really entertaining racing and overtaking. We'll see who. I know a couple people here really like to defend hard, so we'll see what happens. So let me introduce you guys to the drivers that are racing tonight. Let's go in order from our qualifying right now. So in P1 right now, 1 minute 17 seconds and 1 minute 17.7. We have Elian. In second place, we got Shane. Oh, we just had one of our racers join. Go find your sim, boy. And I highly recommend coming to your sim league just a little earlier. That way, you can get all your practice done. Usually we have one day. So our top 1, 2, 3, 4. Steven since we first started, and he's only been getting faster. Like, I think this is like his car. This is like the fastest I've ever seen him. Oh, and he's doing side by side. Oh no! We have a little off-track excursion going in qualifying. Oh, I gotta. I had some brief technical difficulties. Like, we had 2 Seamuses there. I don't think we have 2 Seamuses in our actual leaderboard. We just have 1 Seamus. So we resolved that. So now we have all our actual racers here. So continuing on, we've got, after Steven, we've got two new racers. We've got Matthew and Tyler here. Huge congratulations to you guys for joining our league. I hope you guys have a fun time. I saw that they're in practice. They're in like low 20s, almost in the 19s, so they're already catching up on pace. I think the last time I saw them, they were doing a race night, so they're learning how to drive real quick. So good for them. Outside of that, we have a gentleman that just joined a little late, but he's pretty fast. Victor. We call him Killer Vic when he comes to race nights. The man with the legend that owns Apex One, we have Seamus here. Now we have one proper Seamus, so Seamus will be here on his opening lap in the medium tires. So let's give these drivers 10 minutes. I'm going to gradually change all these camera angles, give you a little bit of some nice angles of everyone driving and seeing who can set the fastest time. So our top three right now is only within about 5.5, 6 tenths, with Elian going at a 1 minute 17.4. David is second at 17.5. Shane getting his time down real quick to an 18 flat. So between our top, well, let's see, almost, about less than a second between each other. So as these guys get acquainted with the track, I don't know how many of them did practice during the week, but if this is the first time some of these guys are doing this track, they'll start picking it up. So really good spread right now. So I'll start changing some angles, get you guys to see a little bit of everyone driving around. You guys could root for your favorite driver. I don't know who you're rooting for. I'm rooting for Matthew and Tyler because they're the new guys. I want to see some new blood up in the podiums. So enjoy the views. I'll get back to you guys very shortly. already got like so many driving change updates. We got David overtaking Elian with P1 with the 17.4 flat. Only 400ths faster than Elian, and then Shane just set his personal best at a 17.7. Look at him go. Now we have our top three with about a 3/10 split. Good for them. And then, let's see, that's Steve at an 18.3. I think this is some of the fastest laps that he's been putting, and he's been practicing all week. So good for him. Seamus is getting up to pace at an 18.8. That's already pretty solid for someone that I think is doing his first laps today, too. Like, go him. And we have a 21.3 and a 24.3 with Matt and Tyler. Victor hasn't been able to get his outlap out yet. Looks like he still hasn't had a time put in. Oh, actually, I did say his last time was a 24.9. It's just not showing up on the live leaderboard yet. So that should be updating soon. He'll definitely get at least 1 or 2 clean laps in, as we have 3 minutes left in the qualifying session here. Looking at our live timings right now, let's see who's got the fastest top speed right now. And it looks like it's Elian by, oh my god, it looks like 5 kilometers an hour. So let's see. P1 right now, David, and his fastest speed was at the 265 kilometers an hour, 266 kilometers an hour from Shane, and Elian tops them all at a 271.2 kilometers an hour. So it looks like he might be lowering his, he might not be prioritizing his wings and his bumper. Maybe he wants to prioritize all the straights that they have between the main straight with the finish line, and then the straight that you have after the initial S's before going on to that other one right here. So it looks like the setup is having an effect on it. So pretty interesting to see the strategies going on right now. So we have roughly 2.5 minutes. Looks like Victor's finally got his initial lap time at a 1:21.6. So it looks like he's getting acquainted with the track himself. Let's go take a look at him for a little bit. How this track works. Perfect. We just have Ellie here. So Ellie is going down the back. Passing. I don't know if he's going to get some personal best. We'll find out. Because of the booking house. So when you go to 21, you really want to heavy brake into second. Second gear from the 2-board. Keep yourself tight as you approach the tricky double lap. Bring yourself out wide to bring yourself a lot of speed. Second gear. Then you're going to bring yourself down second, getting really tight on those curves. So you can bring all the speed into this tricky little S section here. And just with the pedal to the metal, full throttle up until you get to the upper right here. The 2 boards are your best friends here, so if you're going really fast, the 2 boards with the SR10 is going to be lifesaver. Then you really want to try to keep it tight on the first curve. Go a little slower at first because then that second wing comes up really quick after they short down. And then going down roller coaster, tight on the first curve, get into the left, bring yourself out wide. Tap on the brake a little bit, going downhill. Oh, he got it, but he keeps it on track. Good job. Nice lap. I'm curious to see what this lap is. Looking at the time here, he's crossing the finish line. Looks like an 18.3. So I think he's still messing around with this setup, getting himself dialed in. And that's the end of qualifying session, folks. So let's go look through our top 10 right now. Starting at P1, David maintains P1 with a 17.4. 400th back, we have Ellie, and I can't believe it's only a 400th difference. Shane, not too far away either, only 3/10 off. We have him in P3. P4, we've got Scordo at an 18.3. Seamus at P5. He had some sim issues early on with his double name, and he already put down an 18.8. So maybe he was practicing while this place was closed. That's my theory. We have Matt Torres at a 21.1. Closely behind him, Vic with a 21.6. And last but not least, we round out the race with Tyler Lopez with a 23.1. So between first place and last place, we have roughly a 5.5 second split, which isn't so bad. I've seen way crazier gaps. So this should be a really good race. So everyone is going to be joining on the track in about 3 seconds here. All right, you guys are going to see my lovely car in the pits. Or not on pits. You're going to see me on track for a split second. But don't worry, I'm going to get right off the track. The way Assetto Corsa works, folks, if you haven't used this before to stream, you have to get yourself on the track. As soon as the lights go green, I'm going to have to put myself in pits, but then I'll put the action right back onto the race. So here we go. We got 20 seconds left until the race starts. And the lights are green, folks. We're going down to turn 1, following Shane, who got P2 off a good start, and he overtakes Elliot going into turn 1 at P1, but no, he's not too far off. Oh, but he maintains P1. So we got Shane in P1, Elliot in P2. I don't know where Vic came from, but Vic went all the way up to P3 already. David is making up positions already, with Steve close behind. Steve is on David's tail, followed closely behind by Seamus, Matt, and Tyler. We've got a nice train going on here. Let's take a look at Seamus and Matt. Oh, let's start from the back of the train, folks. Let's go watch Tyler. Look at that. Oh my god, we got a crazy battle going on in P1 right now. Elliot and Shane going back and forth on the relatives. Let's keep it on P2 right now. Let's see if Shane can retake Elliot's position going on the back straight. I'm going to do my best to make sure that you guys are getting every overtake on the stream. So I'll be looking at the gaps to make sure. Oh, as I say that. Oh no, we got Victor going off on the last turn. Let's keep it back on Shane. Let's see what he does going into turn 1. Heavy braking zone. Start braking at the 2. Brakes a little late. Maybe try to keep him on side. But he can't make the move into turn 1. But he's got good speed to maintain his gap right behind him. Plays it safely, going through the first level. Taking advantage of all the track there. Staying really tight between these two. They don't want to get less than half a second. They don't want to be more than half a second off each other. Shane is out for blood in P2 right now. Let's keep watching this battle here while I keep a close eye on everyone else. Ooh, Shane goes a little hard on that last right. But keeps his composure, as I see David on the rear wheel getting a little bit of grass, but he keeps his composure on too. Heading into lap 3. Looks like we have David's setting the fastest lap of the race at 1:17.8, so he's slowly getting himself back up into the fight again. Victor's going to start recovering himself from going out on the grass on the last turn. Oh, and it looks like we got an overtake with David already. Oh my goodness. Looks like Shane might have slipped out on one of the turns. Shane should be hunting David down, trying to get his position back. But we have Steven not too far off behind him, too. As we cross the line, it looks like David is running about 0.3 of a second quicker than Elliott. So maybe in about 4-ish laps, if both of their lap times stay the same, we might have a battle between David and Elliott coming up. In the meantime, let's keep an eye on the hunt. The hunt for first. Steven about half a second away from Shane, looking to get into the podium places. He's been having great showings at our previous endurance races and leagues as of late. Let's see if he can get into the podium. Shane goes off track, losing a lot of time going down the back straight, and looks like Steven's going to be able to go side by side with Shane into turn 1. He starts his braking really late. Ooh, getting clipped into the grass just a little bit, but stays on. As Shane slips up just a little on his exit 2. Shane and Steven going back and forth here. Oh my God, what a battle. Everyone just wants to try to get in front of each other. This is going to be good for Seamus, because if Steven and Shane keep battling, that'll give him some breathing room to catch up. As Steven and Shane could be going side by side, making their exits turn out slower, and Seamus could capitalize on that. Looking at the relatives, looks like almost everyone is going on the softs. Looks like the tire wear might not be enough to deter people from taking softs here. But Matt, Tyler, and Vic all opt to stick to the mediums. I think by default, all the cars do start on mediums anyway. Shane looks like he got a good exit off the second apex there. He's going to get some good slip going behind Steve here. Steve doing a little, that's a little sus, but he picks his side. As both of them break into turn 1. A little smoke coming out of the brakes. Shane goes for the old switcheroo, and he takes P3. Lovely move by Shane. But I don't know if Steven's going to let that happen. I don't know if he's going to accept that. They both look like they're really similar in pace, so I think these two are going to be fighting pretty good. And at the same time, looks like David caught up to Elliott here. He's about 8 tenths off. He was actually like 3 tenths of a second away before he might have slipped up through the S's going into that straight there. But we're going to keep it back on Steve and Shane right here, because 3 tenths off from each other, this is really exciting. 2.3 goes. Oh, and Steve gets a good run down on the last turn. Make sure you give that space. He does. Steve overtakes Shane. Oh, I think Shane's bump drafting Steve. Maybe to try to catch up to the top two. Oh, this is good. This is good. Good teamwork here. And Steve does capitalize and maintains the P3. Good job, guys. Let's go to David. He is 3/10 off from P1 right now. As Tyler sets his fastest lap at a 21.8. And Victor's setting a 21.3, so he'll be on the hunt to overtake Tyler. There's a little something going on everywhere here. This is exciting. Going on top, we want to take a late apex there. Just as David did there. Nice job. And then tap on the brake a little to get into that left curbing and get into the right curbing there. And power through for a double apex there. Nice job. Going down a second. Tight on the car. Get a good exit. Then you really got to prepare here down the rest of the roller coaster. 17A here. To get a good run. Which David looked like he had a good run at first, but may have had to slow down a bit. Elliott's top speed is showing. He's gaining. He's getting away from David on the straights. So it really does look like Elliott modified his setup so that he can get a lot more on the top line. And it looks like the top speeds are reflecting that, with the top speed of 267 kilometers an hour versus David's 264. Let's go check on everyone else. Looks like Victor. This is really close though. I don't know what you want to watch right now. Chat, who do you guys want to be watching right now? I think this fight with David and Elliott is really good. Looks like. Oh my god, I didn't even realize Shane lost a ton of positions. Oh no, and Shane was capitalized by going P4. Being only a second off. Oh my god, I'm so sorry guys. I totally missed that. Shane is going to be working his way to get himself back up. Oh, Victor retired on a strong battle for P7 right now. I think Victor is still trying to learn the track here. Okay. What kind of strategy? Just trying to watch his opponents, or? Oh! Phil here saying that Vic might want to stay in the last two spots because since we do have an inverted grid, reverse grid going into the second race, he can start P1. And maybe Victor's just sandbagging right now. Maybe he's actually got the pace and just doesn't want to show it right now. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, it even takes time right now. Delta went all the way to like 16 seconds. Yeah, because he was right there in the store. Yeah, I was on that for a while. Ooh, such a fast lap at a 7.5. Looks like that's the fastest lap of the race so far. He's the first driver to hit a 17.5 Victor's starting to get a good run on to Matthew, catching up to him, getting a good exit, going at a roller coaster, hitting both those apexes. Looks like they're running about the same top line speed though, so let's see. They're roughly a second difference, so Victor might be able to get an overtake in this lap. Oh, as they both brake late and both run wide. Maybe Victor's still trying to learn.
Victor going into the hairpin there and staying right on the back of Matthew. Why is it not coming up on here? Anyways, we have just under 10 minutes left in this first race. Elion 0.4 of a second ahead of David. And then they hold a 10.3 second lead over Steve Scordo. And then Seamus in fourth, 15.6. Oh, there's a little bit argy-bargy right there between Matthew and Victor. Let's see if Matthew decides to go and do anything about that. Going into the hairpin. Oh, he braked early. I figured he was gonna do it. He did it. Oh, he did clean him out. Interesting. We have to see what the race director decides with the argy-bargy that went on with both of those guys. And that was from Seamus's dad. So, currently 12 laps into this race, half a second gap between Elion and David. We should switch. Yeah. And then you can go and do. People uncomfortable. I'll go and call this right here. Elion currently so we are on just 0.6 or 0.7 of a second ahead. We're on the bumper cam of David currently. Coming in to the end of lap 13. Getting to the start of lap 14. Tyler about to go a lap down, so he's going to be shown a blue flag. Set his personal best, his fastest time of the day so far. So Elion having to deal with lap traffic, losing time. Oh, here we could have a... Elion was able to get around him, and he made time. He made a couple errors, but David got held up. He has lost a bunch of time there. So David now has gotten around. David is within 1 point. He's gained his time back. He is now within 8/10, coming to 5.5 minutes to go. Probably around 4 laps. Even with being held up, is only 2/10 behind Elion. As we come to the end of laps 15 or 16, 17.5 for David, 17.537, really close to his fast lap of the first race, and Elion with a 17.7. Half a second gap, just under half a second. 17.537. And Seamus currently in third, holding 9 second gap there over Shane. Steve messed up somewhere. Victor making up time, might be able to move himself up to 5th. Of course, this is all for points. Every position counts towards the points. Winner gets 25. Second is 18. Third is 15 points. Fourth is 12. Fifth is 10. Sixth is 8. So there is points gained. Seventh is 6th. And 8th is 3rd. Elion currently just under a second ahead, or just over a second, depends. 6th is 8, so there is points gaining. 7 is 6. So as we get to what'll probably be next to last lap, we're coming, so purple lap there for Elion. Fastest lap tied David for the fast lap of this first race in a 1:17.528. So time's going to run out during this lap, which means Elion will essentially be on his white flag lap. So keep in mind that these guys will be starting tailback in race 2 because of the invert. Time's going to run out during this lap, which means they're going to go and I guess there is another white flag lap right there. So time is running out. 17.402 by David to get within. Yeah, so 6:10. So yeah, we're here on the final lap. Oh, there was an issue there by Elion. Made a mistake. David has a chance to go and make a move here in this hairpin. Oh, he ran him off the track. Going through the S's. Last couple of corners here. Go through this last turn. And Elion is going to hold on for the victory here in race 1 at VIR North Course. Great battle by those two guys. Seamus will go and click over. Coming to the line to get... Oh, wow. Went off there, but is going to finish third. Good points. Good. Shane finishes 4th. Steve finishes 5th. And Victor coming to the line to finish 6th. So we will have a 5-minute break, and we will shortly start race 2, which will be a reverse grid.
Fucker. It didn't. I can't go backwards on the live. So it was.
I'm gonna
Elliot
get you
first.
a spreadsheet with everything in it.
Aw.
So what's happening?
No, we're resetting the grid for race
What did
2.
you finish in? P6?
I finished sixth.
He finished sixth. The two new guys were
7 and 8.
yeah.
But I don't remember which one was 7, which one was 8.
How to get through this mess.
Well, yeah, they were in the way because the fact is, the one guy held up Elion and made.
Okay, guys, my apologies for the very long delay. So what happened was, before race 2 started, there was some people that went to the bathroom, and I didn't make the wait time 5 minutes. I only made it 1.5 minutes. So people had thought that it was going to be a longer break time. So now we're good. Now we're going to have our reverse grid with Matt, Tyler, and Vic being our top 3 at the start of this race. I am going to do my best to make sure that we get you guys into the action as close as possible. Let's see if I can get out. Drive. Victor. We're lights out and away we go. Victor got off to a good start, but it looks like we had someone overtake a few. Oh no, was it really a jump? No way. Unless they just had the craziest launch I've ever seen. Oh, and I think that was Shane. That was Shane. Shane's P1 now. Oh my gosh. Victor's getting hit around. Back up into P4. It's like Seamus is going to want to go around the outside around Victor, but he doesn't see a spot. He doesn't see any opening there yet. Going through the double right. He's got a good runoff, but he had to slow down. I'm going to keep it on these guys for a minute. No, when Seamus goes through some crazy bumps. We got our first and second place started from 7 and 8 here. Looking to make some moves. Elliot trying to do the same, trying to get past Victor here. Looks like Elliot's got a good run onto Victor with that slipstream too. Decides to take the inside. Victor says, "You can have that place. Fine by me. I'm going to try to outbrake you into turn 1." But Victor says, "I don't know if I can." And Elliot says, "No, that place is mine." Elliot takes me away from Victor. He tries to get back to the grid, trying to get P1 again. He gets a good run going here to Steven, but he has a lot of traffic up ahead of him. And Steven happens very close to the tussle. Ooh, when this crazy touch with Elliot there. Close to each other as well. There's a lot. I'm sorry everyone. There's just so much going on. I don't even know where to start with. I'm just trying to bring the action to you guys. But this three-way battle here is going. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to rewatch this stream and take a look at the incidents that are occurring because that's gotta be something. Some rough racing going on in the back here trying to catch back up. Meanwhile, we got Shane, Steven, and Tyler who are having a good time in top 3 right now. This is a dog fight for what's the P4 or 5. There's David here going a little wide into turn 1. David trying to sneak in through Matt to take P4, and it looks like he does, but we have Matt still side by side, his front tire's there. He's officially not side by side. David takes P4 from Matt, looking to chase back up to get into P1. Elliot is still, but Elliot is, from what I've been hearing earlier, he's out for some blood right now. So it looks like he's gonna try to make some decisions here. He's gotta take his time. I think he should try to prioritize his exits going out of roller coaster actually. He's got so much pace going here, but looks like Victor's still trying to figure out how to get through this there. As Elliot gets on the brakes a little later than Victor, gets a nice overtake to get up to P6. I think he's gonna be very willing to make sure that Victor's staying behind him. Looks like he got an even better run than Matt going into the back straight. Gets ahead of Matt. Starting to feel a little more confidence. Lots of traffic that he got to pass by. might still be there, though, with Matt trying to contest. But a good old switcheroo from Elliott keeps him at P5. As David and Tyler here are having a scuffle themselves. David trying to get the inside. Tyler tries to turn in, but doesn't have an opening there. David's already alongside there. Tyler trying to fight back, though. This is impressive. But looks like Tyler did take the position. Cuts a little bit of the track. Cuts a bit, but looks like Elliott might be able to make a move on it. Turn here. Tyler gets a rough exit going up the hill, and Elliott is really confident in this section overtakes him. That gets Elliott up to P4. David and Elliott are on the front for Steven and Shane in first and second place here. Looks like with all that battling and all the dogfighting that was going on, looks like David is 9 seconds back. And Matt and Tyler get into a scuffle themselves, which slows down Victor and it hits Tyler in behind. Oh no, and Tyler spins out of control. Shane just picks up the pieces and gets up to P6. Let's catch back up and see Elliott and Michael. Oh, no, I'm sorry, not Elliott and David. Gonna try to progress up the field. Let's see if they can catch up to Steven. Let's take a look at the times that Shane and Steven are putting up right now. Best laps from Shane and Steven respectively are 1 minute 15.8 and a minute 18 flat. So Steven's got some faster pace, at least the highest, best lap between those two. And their last lap, they both set their fastest lap. So if it stays, it looks like Steven might be able to go side by side in about 3 laps. Not unless David and Elliott can pick up the pace and get there even sooner. Shane is here in P6, getting pretty close with Matt, trying to overtake him to get into P5. Had a really good result last race up into P3. I didn't even realize I was doing the live stream on Instagram. He's gonna probably try his best to try to get up to P3 again. Maybe learn a thing or two from the pit stop strategies that they had last race. After more fuel, go low fuel, faster laps. But maybe scrub off more tire wear? I don't know what's going on in Seamus' head, but he's running over a second faster than Matt here, so it looks like Seamus might be able to pull a good move here. As Steven gets pretty close to Shane, too. Let's keep it on Seamus and Matt here. Steven's relative stays at about 7/10. Seamus getting a good run on the first left here, but this comes to the tricky section. He needs to stay tight on this first rear. Seamus does get onto the second. Run wide so you can get a faster full throttle exit going out into the necessary. Seamus and Matt do pretty well with it. Very impressive for Matt's first time doing the lead here. guys catching back up to the pace that they were in race 1 here. Sheamus and Matt also still really close to each other, going into the long left into the closing left. Sheamus is going to try to get a good exit, but Matt stays a little more on the inside, so he blocks off his exit. This is some good defense, whether accidental or not. It's keeping Sheamus at bay here. Nice to see some damage going on. Looks like Tyler's trying to catch up to Victor with his softs. Little grass, trying to get as much curb cut as possible without getting the off turns. Pushing up along with Cleveland. Steve is good. And Steve looks like he got a better exit off the last turn. Overtakes Shane for P1. As David sets the fastest lap of the 17, so he's picking up the pace. He's getting into his flow state right now. Steven is now going to go under all the pressure. He's got to find his flow state to hold off Shane right on his bumper in P2. Looked like Shane was going to go in for a dive on there, but it's a little too early. It's a little too early for that. You see what kind of blind Steve is taking. Won't be there yet. Dave is approximately 3 seconds away from Shane right now, so he's gaining time, about 1.5 seconds per lap. 3. So he's picking up pace. Shane doing impressively well for being one of the 3 guys that are really leading us. Just 1 second off right now. Looks like both soft tires are helping Steven out a little. Shane got a better exit going into the race. Gotta be really careful on that first right. You don't want to go too slow because then you're gonna really slow into this long straight. It's like Shane does pretty well and gets it back down to half a second off. Going in the turn to see if he can make up any time. Ooh, Steve runs a little wide there. That gets Shane right up his bumper. Battle rages on. Shane wants to get on the inside, but Steven says, no, I will not let you do that. Shane thinks, maybe I'll try it here. I'll peek you through your mirror. Let me show you that I'm around you. I'm a threat, and I'm here to take this position off you. I want first place. It's a great battle between these two. Heading up into the hill. Shane breaks a little earlier, gives space for Steve to get the turn in, but oh my god, if you look at this rear view mirror, David jumping all over the place trying to catch up. He wants that P1 really bad. After all that happened in race 1, I think he's looking for vengeance. And with a 4-second gap between him and Elliott, he's poised to run away from Elliott even more. But the issue is he's got Shane and Steven to get through. Let's see what happens. Let's watch these three. I know Sheamus and Matt are still really close to each other, so that battle could rage on the race. I need to figure out how to get multi-races. I think I can only set a course for one computer. I don't have 2. As David keeps it tight, Shane wide, but Shane closes in on him. I'm gonna have to look at that later. That's not nice, Shane. David was side by side with Shane, but Shane wanted to close the door on him, and ooh, David goes a little too hard. Maybe Steven overslowed. Maybe David went a little too hot. Didn't give enough space, but the flow state between everyone is now long gone. There are a lot of incidents that I'm going to have to look at. Oh my goodness. So I can't do any live streaming right now. It's really hard for me to focus on how the incidents are happening and me commentating this race. So I'll be looking at this live stream just to see what I can do. I'll be trying to give the proper time limits. But with all that scuffle, it looks like Ellie was able to catch up to David. So that 4-second gap is only down to 1.5 seconds. He was so bad after all that stuff. Oh my god. Shane is so bad. like they're just going to be trying to work together to catch up to people. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at that. There was a lot happening there. David and Shane each have about a second off of each other, respectively. Gap is 2 seconds from P1 to P3 here. Steve at about a 6-second gap. He's pretty frustrated with the contact with David from behind. Whether David didn't expect Steve to go have a slow exit out of there or not, I'm gonna have to take a look. I'll determine it after post-race, and I should have some final standings by Wednesday. He's under a second now. It's a shame. The Shane sets his personal best at a 17.7, but David said, I can do better than that. He goes to 17.3. Reminding Shane that there's a lot of pressure that he has and knows that David's not going to be going away anytime soon. Not if he can help it. Time cruising. Driving the radical SR10 around VIR North. Using his medium very slowly. Yeah, that's a really tricky soft. I don't want to put too much out there. Let's go back here to P2 and see David is 7 minutes off Shane. See, all that matters is who gets the better exit, and Shane goes wide into the grass, gifting David P1. Shane is going to be the first one to feel all the pressures. Elian gets through Shane too, says, thank you very much. Thank you for mowing the lawn. I needed that. Elian might be good. Now Elian's going to just be focusing on trying to catch up to David. They both have some pretty good pace, very similar, so it might be pretty tricky for Elliot to catch up to David. But with all that happened earlier with David, maybe he might be feeling scuffed up. Or not. I don't have the mental resilience to not think about all the errors I did during the race. Maybe David has more mental capacity than I do in this race. So Elliot here in P2 going to try to catch up to David at 2.7 seconds. But Shane says, I know I was off track, but I'm still fast, I'm still here. In P3 here, trying to get close enough to Elliot. Very surprised, even despite that off track, he's still roughly like 4 to 5 tenths off. Yeah, it's still pretty good here. The podium can still be shaken up. I wonder if the guys modified their fuel strategies too, because some of them are in the pits, maybe they don't have to. I wonder if that's going to play a factor. Shane decides to brake late on the outside, trying to go through the outside, but it's a little too late as he almost gets it. Manages to keep it on track, but Elliot stays in front. Shane getting a little too gutsy to Elliot. Taps him, gives him some love taps, but a little too many love taps as Elliot loses control, but he gets it back under control pretty quick. I think David's seeing the relative now with that, thinking, this is good for me. It's bad that he's keeping me at bay. Yeah. Victor is in the pits. Looks like Ellen now catching up to Tyler here. Who's seeing some grass mowing a little bit long, but it's alright. He keeps himself on track. Ellen maintains his position. And Shane is now getting into the as Tyler takes P7. He caught up to Matt. Oh my goodness. Shane trying to battle Tyler not letting himself get passed by Shane here. Despite the blue flag, I think that flags Shane is sticking on him. But he does let him by eventually in the grass. Shane maintains his lead. A little bit of time lost to that battle, but they have a 2-second gap between Ellen and Shane. We've got 3 minutes left. I don't know if Ellen's got enough. I don't know if he can run 3-4 seconds a lot faster than David. I don't know if there's that much time in the VIR to catch up. Unless David makes a mistake, but he's looking now. I feel like he's really locked in now. Take a look at that. Tyler having a mistake. Looks like this is Steven trying to pass by Tyler. Successfully makes it through, going down roller coaster. Steven doing a good job here. Only 2 seconds away from his main rival, going to be Shane here. We might see a battle for third here. Shane's got to keep it together to keep Steven away. Looks like Steven's got a good run. Maybe he just listened to me. Maybe he's listening to the stream of racing because he was flying out of there. That's maybe 4/10 away. Shane here going up the right-hander. Back get close to it. Pedal to the metal up until the time. Going down 6-5 here. Shane gets a little late on the brakes. Oh, but Steven gets too early in the throttle. Understeering as well. So the battle for is on. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Shane looked like he was going really slow. I think Steven apologized to Shane. Oh, he looks like he was going to slow down and get into the pits. Fuel or damage, maybe it was damage. Just a little slow. See what happens. Oh, you must have been good for that. Oh, yeah, that's one thing. I was wondering, he was going so slow down the roller coaster. I don't think Steve really expecting it. He was looking to get past Matt here. They've got 10 seconds left here. She was pulling it safe. He's got about 4 seconds away from Steve. I don't think he wants to risk getting any further away than that. Literally just finished the race. We'll definitely be putting that away with P3. Seamus 4 seconds Seamus, Shane, Victor, Tyler, last but not least, Matthew. Yeah, they are title heavyweights. Yeah. Fast lap, and I'm gonna have to take a look at the incidents because there was a collision between David and someone else. I think at the bottom of the roller coaster. Bottom of the roller coaster was a huge collision point.
There was a 5-second penalty.
Yeah, I gotta
There
work.
was a 10-second penalty. That would have lost them the race.
Oh yeah.
We have to go and probably replay that. We need to probably bring that up here on screen. But yeah, David got into somebody.
Oh yeah.
I'll turn that off over here, but wow, Phillip Rivers actually threw it 20 yards. Wow.
All right, guys. I think that's going to conclude our first week. I am going to make sure that week 2 goes a lot smoother. I'm going to make sure everyone has a lot longer of a break between race 1 and 2. I was thinking that everyone would be ready to go in a minute, but I definitely didn't realize that some people do need to use the bathroom, and that's very understandable. And I'm going to make sure our racers have adequate time to use the bathroom, get their pit stop strategies redone for our next race. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching.